COVID-19 pandemic chronology video / update for today, Saturday, 11 February 2023, as of filming this in city of Shoreline, Washington State, United States of America, planet Earth, the original. Alright, 4 things. 1, addressing the request for me to go back and eat my potentially favorite burger in restaurant. I already wrote the video description for this, so I'm reading off of my video description. So this is the first topic. So in a previous video, I mentioned going to Zoo Lights with my Aunt Danette. I was able to go this past year. We went after Christmas in 2022. And before that, we had wanted to go, but they were requiring everybody to have a vaccine, and I chose not to get a vaccine. So this last year, I was able to go. And so that was exciting. And we went to Sean O'Donnell's American Grill and Irish Pub in Fremont, a neighborhood of Seattle. And I had the Irish Rasher Bacon Burger. Rasher bacon is different than American bacon. It's Irish bacon, different cut. I really like that, and like Scottish bacon and stuff. Not the same as Canadian bacon, but different than American bacon. So in that sense, similar to Canadian bacon in that it's not the same as American bacon. And so, I in a video, I think it was one of these COVID-19 pandemic chronology videos, I said it might have been my favorite burger, like all time. And so people and squirrels like to watch these videos. Critters requested potentially interested in seeing me eat the burger in the restaurant. So to do that, so there's the concern of music playing, which I think in watching people's YouTube videos for when they eat in restaurants, there's not like licenses for music that's played and stuff, and it is a recurring thing for people who eat in restaurants. So I think there's a fair use as long as one's not selling it as their own music or that kind of thing. And I don't monetize my channel, so there's I'm not seeking a profit off of it component to it that people who monetize their channel might have a problem with if the musician or artist or whatever got really into, you're making money off of mine. I'm like, well, for me, I don't monetize my channel, right? So that's not even an issue. So, but that's something that does come to mind. I don't do that thing, so there's if it is okay, just doing it would be new for me. There could also be no music. That would be kind of great. There's the filming in a restaurant, which people in the restaurant owners, right, or workers might be like, no, don't do that. So then I could go in a restaurant and do it, but if they say no, I'm not gonna film, right? So they get a say, even if it's just I upload it to YouTube and location tag it, and they get the choice, right? They can say yes or no to the video, and it makes it very easy if I location tag it, kind of thing. So at different levels, there's the in-person, then they could say no. There's the uploading, publishing potential. Possibly not, but I haven't gone through it before, right? If there's music in the background and I'm eating in a restaurant, right? And I have an extra layer, so to speak, of security because I do not monetize my videos. And so, in that sense, I still would have to go through it, right? I can guess that there might not be copyright issues, however, I would still have to go through it, right? And then the third thing is once it's uploaded and it's location tagged and stuff like that, the restaurant, whoever's in charge of saying yes or no, this video is okay or not, getting that kind of approval. So there's multiple layers of that. It just requires going through it. It would also require a bit of a different video concept. I'm not discreet, right? My setup, I have this little charging thing that doesn't really work to charge my phone, and putting that on a table and filming myself, it would require a new video concept for me. So it would stretch my creativity a little bit. Yeah, like it might be less talking at the camera kind of thing. So it would require a little bit of me figuring out. And when I would do that, well, back in 2020, I actually thought about doing something like that. when I got my Ireland travel vouchers, like if I do get this refunded because I end up not going for whatever reason, it'd be cool to use some of the money to eat at an Irish restaurant, right? Sean O'Donnell's American Grill and Irish Pub is an Irish food restaurant. So there's a bit of, if I get the refund, I would like to use that money. So it wouldn't be, I got a 3 to 4 weeks on 9 February 2023. So if I did get the refund, possibly earliest is like March. So this is not immediate, right? It'd be potentially a month or more away kind of thing. So I have time to think about it. And if I don't get the refund, I could still think about it. But so potentially, but this is just broaching the topic of potentially that would be a savory eats, maybe menu meal. I don't know. Do 2 videos, do like menu meal item number 1, do the burger with the fries that comes with, and do like get a dessert or something, do menu meal item number 2. It would depend a little bit on the financing and how comfortable I am filming, and most importantly of all, or I guess the financing, if I don't have the money, I'm not going, but the most important part is whether or not the workers in the restaurant itself approves and there's no copyright issues and stuff like that. So that's first thing. Second thing, addressing the request for me to go back and sweet eats my 2 potentially favorite ginger cookies. So my favorite type of cookie is like ginger cookies. And I have potentially a battle for favorite going on between the Uptown Espresso Ginger Molasses Cookie, which I have taken a video, I have shown on video, a video on this channel with the cookie itself. I have not sweet eatsed it though. And then there's a vegan ginger snap cookie from the PCC community markets in Bothell. And the Uptown Espresso I went to was in West Seattle. And that video was taken as part of my field work looking at cracking in the West Seattle Bridge. The West Seattle Bridge has since been repaired and reopened. So there is incentive to me to commute down to West Seattle to buy a $6 cookie. Or it's a no-frill $6 cookie, just ginger molasses. I could get there and they could be sold out. They could be not offering the cookie. The price point could have changed. I don't know. So there's a bit of, Seattle has some gnarly traffic, especially in like West Seattle. It might be better now that the West Seattle Bridge is open again, if it's still open. Kind of thing. I read somewhere that it was open again, so that would be fun to go across the West Seattle Bridge. Possibly in doing the PCC community markets, if I go back there, this is not something my February is a bit, I have a lot going on through the first week of March. Like on March 5, we're going to Palisade, which is a restaurant in Seattle, for celebrating my aunt and my grandma Connie's birthday, my aunt Danette and my grandma Connie's birthday. So I have field work I'm doing and stuff. So and then I have a dentist teeth cleaning appointment on March 7 and a cousin coming potentially March 7 to March 8. So I got a lot going on through like the first week of March in person. So if I did something like that, that's a month out, possibly. And I'll define a month out as being like March 2023 or later. Just the reality of I got a lot going on right now. Yeah. So that it's a financing and being like, all right, I'm gonna make the trek, and the cookie might not even be there, right, for the Uptown Espresso one. Yeah, that is more expensive price point than crumble cookies in this area. And it doesn't have the frills, the frosting, the syrup, the decorations that crumble cookies has. I'm a no frills, I'm a plain cookie kind of girl. So $6 for a no frill cookies, like, it was really good. Okay. If I go back to PCC Community Markets Bothell to do the vegan cookie, like in its own thing, they had a few other vegan items, so I might actually get like one of each of the vegan items, and it's from the in-house PCC bakery. So that's the second update. Third update, checking in for day 6 of my second attempting of a 14-day pandemic weight regulation plan using the Tanis Diet with PMS modification. Second attempt this year. 2023 for specificity. It's going well. I did 2 sweet eats today. I chose those items for the sweet eats over a week ago. So I get to eat 400 more calories on a Saturday than I do during the week, and the calories for both the sweet eat items was 410 calories. So those were my extra calories. So I thought in advance, planned in advance, and I even stockpiled them in advance. I put them in a special place for the videos. So I guess I'm saying I have not been derailed thus far, in part because of forethought and planning, down to physical placement of snacks. And I have finished my exercise for the day, and I'm on track for calories as well. And since I've already done the sweet eats, and those are my extra calories, I get more snacks calories in the afternoon and evening. So I'm doing really good today, actually. And then last up, I wrote and published on Wikipedia, focusing on page curation in general, like getting pages up to date. I'm still doing my sweeps for my NCAA swimmers. Up next, I've done for today, I've added Amy Canny to my list, who I wrote about. She's a South African swimmer. I wrote about her for the 2022 Commonwealth Games. So I've added her to my list of people to contribute to during championship seasons this year, because she's doing really well. And then my swimmer, Luca Orlando, provided some clarity on why he was removed from a roster for world championships and stuff like that. He got injured, and kind of what's been up with him, like in February, which is this month. A few days ago, 5 days ago, he got named to honor roll for last term. Getting his page up to date with that information on it, of he's still doing well in school, still enrolled in school. He was named to honor roll even though he has this injury, right? And he's out for the season, but that doesn't mean he's done. He might be back in April, right? For trying to make a world championships team or world university games team, that kind of thing. And then I have one other person I'm working on, like today as in Seattle time, but on Wikipedia it might be Wikipedia time, Coordinated Universal Time, and that's Anastasia Makarova, who swims for Auburn University in Alabama, and she is a Russian. So brave a lady to live in the United States of America, with the amount of Russian hate in this country, and to compete, to stand up. The adversity she goes through is incredible. So very resilient individual, and she's been doing really great this season. So yeah, and those two, so Luca Orlando and Anastasia Makarova, are people whose Wikipedia article I created. And Amy Canny I've contributed to last year for the 2022 Commonwealth Games, and actually the 2022 South African National Swimming Championships long course. So yeah, none of those three are unfamiliar to me. So those are my updates for today. A little bit longer, but hopefully not over 15 minutes. Happy Saturday as of filming this.